save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well. Well, that's what my opening says anyway. And I'm not really doing that well. Well, I am and I am. I'm not. I am and I'm not. Okay. I will tell you, I got some packages open. There's like five packages open, which I will be opening. And of course, movies are memories, so I gotta open them up and tell you what's so special about these movies that I purchased today. But I'm home today. If you notice, I didn't shave. Yes, I am. I'm home today from work because I was put on a couple of days suspension. Yeah, a couple of days suspension. It's not funny. It's not funny. Um, the reason B is my father back in the day told me, and I never forgot it. He used to tell me all the time. All the time he used to tell me, and he's a little bit of a jerk. So I was kind of like, whatever he tells me is I take it with a grain of salt. And who are you to judge me? And who are you to tell me what's going to happen in the future of my life or whatever? But he would say, and I quote, "One of these days, your mouth is going to get you in trouble." Now I will tell you, in my life, in my years of living, my mouth has gotten me in trouble on 3 occasions. Uh, to in a severe kind of way. Okay. The first was a good one. The first one I'm gonna share the first one. The second one's kind of not so interesting, but the first is a good one. The first one was there was a guy I was working with at one of the mills, and he was cheating on his wife. He was cheating on his wife with another girl that worked with us, and the girl was not only with the guy that was my friend, okay, that I worked with, but she was also with another guy that worked in the mill. So she was dating 2 guys in the mill. This guy was married, okay, and what happened was after we were done working, I was changing in we after we were done, I worked in a mill sweatshop, so afterwards we would change out of our dirty, filthy, dye-filled clothes or whatever, and I would sit there and we would wash up and everything. So we were all together as guys, grouping together, and the guy I worked with, he opened up his locker and a bra fell out, and my of course. Bra falls out of a guy's locker. What are you gonna say? So I said to him, I said, what would you say? Why do you got a bra in your locker? Why do you got? He's like, oh, that's from what's her face in the back there. Hey, she came over my house last night, and it tells me this big story, right? Unfortunately, okay, what happened was as the guy, so the guy that tells me that the girl went over the house, she left. Okay, sorry. He left. Okay, and the other guy that she was dating came in. Now I didn't know at the time that she was dating this other guy. I mean, and she was, I guess, in a serious relationship with this other guy, but she was cheating on this other guy with the other guy, and the other guy didn't know about the other guy. Listen, it was a big triangular fiasco, whatever, that I had no business having myself into. But as the new guy came in, and the new guy came in just to go take a leak. He's standing at the John. He's taking a leak, and I'm talking to another coworker. I'm like, hey, what's his face? Bra just fell out of his locker. He's with that girl again in the back or whatever. And I had no idea that the girl was dating the other guy. So the guy just overhearing that, and all of a sudden he turns around. He's like, hey, you better watch your mouth. I can't. You're talking about my girl. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. I'm like, Brock came out of this guy's locker, and he's like, hey, and he didn't do nothing to me. He didn't like step to me. He didn't try to hit me. There wasn't no feud between me and him. So I was like, okay. All he did was say, you better watch your mouth, and he zipped up his pants. And he walked out the door. Well, the next day, I'm standing on the machine and I'm putting. We worked on a printing press, and I was putting printing ink in the machine, and the girl had the day off. She wasn't there. She had the day off. All of a sudden, I see the girl walk through the door. So I'm like, okay, she walks through the door. She must be coming to visit one of the guys. She's probably going to visit her boyfriend or the other guy she's cheating on the boyfriend with. I don't know who she's here to see, but hey, none of my business, okay? And she walks up. I'm up on top of this big high-rise machine thing there. She walks up and she says nothing to me, and slaps me right across the face.
Let's go.
And gets off the machine and walks away. And everybody just looked. It was like one of them like movie moments where everybody's like, did that just really happen? And yeah, I was like, yeah, that just really happened. Yeah, I done got smacked in the face by I would say maybe about a 17-year-old woman, 18-year-old woman, or whatever, who was having cheating, having, I don't even know what you call it, because the guy was having an affair on his wife, and the other guy it was his girlfriend. Listen, the bottom line is, I didn't know, I made a mistake, and my mouth got me in trouble.
Oh, that was so stupid. Why'd I do that?
Second occasion was a job I worked at, and I just couldn't take it anymore, so I had a big blowout. And recently, I was having an issue with one of the children at the school, and I was extremely overwhelmed. Okay, if you're a teacher, you understand that. Especially if you're a good teacher, if you're a teacher, especially if you're in the preschool teaching and pre-K teaching or whatever, and teaching older kids, like 5th grade, 6th grade, it's a lot different. You have those parent-teacher meetings, okay, and that's like once a year, you have a parent-teacher meeting. Well, when you're a pre-K teacher, you have constant communication with the parents. I mean, every morning I talk to the parents. Every afternoon I talk to the parents. They text me or message me all day long. I send them pictures of their children. I send them information about their children. I send them stuff, and they send me their quotes and concerns or whatever. And not only that, it doesn't just stop. It's not a Monday through Friday thing. I'll get messages on Saturday and Sunday with parents like, oh, I know you're off the clock, but I need advice on this. I need advice on potty training. I need advice on her or his behavior. I need advice on this. I need advice on that. And the type of person I am is I never ever leave anybody unread. I read all the messages, and if I can give them an answer, I give them an answer. If I don't know what the answer is, I look it up. If I give them a parental view. I got 4 kids, so I raised 4 children. My oldest one's 26 years old, so I raised 4 children, and they're all good kids, relatively. And I've taken care of hundreds of other people's children. I mean, I worked at the other place for 7 years. And I had 22 to 20, actually, it was about 26 kids, per year, if not more. And, they came and they went after 7 years. You do the math on that. So hundreds of people's kids, on top of the kids that were on the other side, on the preschool side, not the pre-K side. I took care of them too, and I went outside. So when we went outside together, I was the guy who would be watching the preschool kids and the pre-K kids playing together, and they'd all be playing together. So there might be like 40, 50 kids out there at the same time, and I was out there watching them. So what happened was I was having a little girl had a meltdown. She had a meltdown, and I couldn't handle it. I was teaching a class of like 8 kids or 7 kids, I think it was, and I had one child that was having a complete meltdown over a tissue. It was all over a tissue. That's it. The little girl was having a meltdown. She wanted a tissue. I had already given her several tissues prior. There was a tissue on one table, tissue on another table, tissue on another table, and finally I had like a breaking point. I'm doing circle, and I got all the kids in circle, and they all captivated, listened to me, and I'm going over different things with them and everything. And this girl's first, what happened? She started grabbing another child's feet and pulling the child's feet, and I was like, "Don't touch her feet." And she kept doing it. So eventually, this poor other little girl, she backed herself into a corner, and she's like, she won't stop. She won't stop. So of course, I got into my big spiel that I get into as a preschool teacher, where you tell the child this is a textbook early education thing, where you tell a child that is her body or that is his body. You are not allowed to touch his or her body without their permission. Don't touch their body. But the little girl wouldn't give up. She kept touching the little girl's feet, grabbing her feet, and eventually the little girl's in the corner, and the little girl's all upset, and then so I told her to stop. So the other one just and the explosion of screams and yells and tears, and I'm like, and then she starts yelling at me, I want a tissue. I want a tissue. So at this point, I reached like a breaking point. And listen, I'm a very I'm a prideful person. Listen, I take care of children. I take care of them in a certain way. I like to be alone and do what I got to do to help take care of the children. But at this point in time, I needed assistance. But my stubbornness was stopping me from asking for assistance. This was already tantrum, I believe, number 2. And then there was a tantrum number 3, and then there was a tantrum number 4. It was just a rough day. Okay, it was a rough day. So I'm going back and forth with the parents and everything, and the problem I have is that there's parents that are 100% supportive. They support you 100%. They're having problems potty training. You give them advice on potty training. I'm communicating back with them. How are they making out? Oh, they're doing good. Did what I tell you work? Did putting the underwear over the pull-up, did that work? Did put the underwear under the pull-up so they can feel it against their body? Did that work? You know, and I'm going back and forth, and I'm getting positive feedback from these parents, and whether it's even it's behavioral issues. Oh, I don't understand why she's doing this, why he's doing this, and the last, here's a couple of tricks. Here's what you can do. You know, my favorite one is if you want to reward a child for something, you don't have to take them to like a Target or a Walmart and spend a ton of money to them. A 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old child doesn't really have the concept of money. So you could take them to like a Dollar Tree and say, and I explain to this just like the parents, and you parents out there, if you're watching this video, this works. Okay, this works. And if you have a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General or a dollar, whatever, stuff that costs $1 or $1.25 or $1.75, whatever, not a $100, $50, $75 Target or Walmart where you're gonna go buy the kid a Kanto house, okay? Not that kind of thing. If you go into like one of these dollar stores and you tell the child, okay, listen, you had a good day today. I don't like to tell, actually, I don't tell the parents per day. I say, make it last a week, okay? Tell them, listen, if you're good all week, on Friday, I'll take you out for a prize. You're gonna get a prize. And you do it just like that. You get excited about it. You're gonna get a prize. And you tell them that. And then you go, and then you take them to this Dollar Tree or dollar store, whatever it is. And then you go, listen, right before you go in, you stand right in front of the store, and you with the store emblem in the background, the big Dollar Tree emblem in the background, or Dollar General, or whatever it is in the background, Family Dollar, wherever you live, okay? And you say, listen, you're allowed to go in there and pick out one thing in the entire store. I mean, that's literally like a Toys R Us shopping spree for a 3 to 5-year-old. I'm telling you, it's like a Toys R Us shopping spree. If you tell a child you can pick out one thing, anything in the whole entire store. Now, granted, it's gonna cost you $1 and change. They don't know that. They're gonna go in there. They're gonna pick the slime. They're gonna pick the old Slinky. They're gonna pick maybe one of these little Dollar Tree Barbie dolls. Whatever they're gonna pick out, they're gonna leave there and think that they accomplished something. So that's advice I always give the parents. Listen, don't go blow all your money on. One year I had a father. He's like, I can't get my child to do graduation. I'm gonna buy the kid a Millennium Falcon, and I'm like, you're going to buy him a Millennium Falcon. If you guys don't know what Millennium Falcon is from Star Wars. And I'm like, well, it was a rideable. And I didn't even know they had these things. It was like a rideable Millennium Falcon type thing. It was a Star Wars thing, whatever. So I'm like, how much is this thing? Oh, $400, $500. I'm like, so you're paying off your child $400 or $500 for him to do something that he's supposed to be doing. It's graduation. He's supposed to go up on stage. He's supposed to dance and sing and collect his diploma. He's supposed to do that thing. You don't have to bribe the kid with a $500 item to get him to go do something that he has to go do. So after years and years and years of doing this stuff, okay, I got this one little girl and I'm having problems with, and I didn't want to break down and ask for help. So after 7-8 hours, actually 8 hours of just up and down, good, bad. Listen, it's not a bad child, okay? It's just there's no consistency in the house. You know, separated mom and dad, being raised by the grandparents. You know, dad's not around, mom's not around. They don't really want much to do with the kid, or maybe they do, or maybe they're fighting over the kid, or maybe they're playing that custody game. You know, the game where they're like, oh, let me spoil the child here, and let me spoil the child here, and whoever spoils the child most will be the one the child picks. You know, that happens a lot. Okay, whenever there's a divorce or a separation or whatever, you always get that father that sees them on the weekend, that when they go to see the kid, they buy the kid everything they possibly can, and then the kid absolutely hates the mother. Or vice versa. The mother left or whatever, and then now the mother's buying the kid everything, and then now the kid hates the father. You know what I mean? It's a terrible, terrible thing for a child that's 3 to 5 years old to be going through. But unfortunately, when they get dumped on my doorstep, I got some damaged goods there. And it's up to me to give them love and compassion. And if I have 7 other kids in the room, and this one's being extremely, extremely angry and bitter and whatever, and I can't stop everything and not care for those other seven, and just to take care of this one and give that child the one-on-one that the child needs, I feel defeated. I feel defeated. I feel unaccomplished. I feel like a failure. I feel like a failure. So as I'm leaving the building yesterday, I the director comes up to me, and I just lost it. I lost it. My mouth, there was words. I had what they call diarrhea of the mouth. Listen, you guys watch this channel, okay? I got a very, very small filter. Listen, matter of fact, I think my filter's gone. Okay, I think the filter broke. Okay, I don't think I could purchase a new one at this age. I think my filter's gone. So when I said things I meant, I said things I didn't mean. It was just a whole big fiasco of like feelings and emotions and passion and confusion, and it just exploded. Okay, exploded for almost 2 hours. Exploded. Okay, and when I left, after I left, I got a message saying, hey, maybe you should need to take the next couple of days off to get your head together. And I got to tell you, maybe I did need the next couple of days to get my head together. I spent my whole morning today outside looking. Actually, I'm gonna tell you exactly. I got up this morning and I went outside, and I sat on my off my porch area, put my feet in the grass, and I just listened to the wind and looked at the trees and watched the birds go back and forth and everything. And I started realizing that this life is like a temporary thing. You know, I'm here temporarily. You're here temporarily. We're here temporarily. What we make out of our life is what we make out of our life. We can't blame other people for our mistakes. We make our own mistakes. I got to take accountability. How can I tell these parents not to take accountability for their kids, and I can't even take accountability for the diarrhea that pours out of my mouth? So I take accountability for what I said and what I did. I apologize, and I sincerely did not mean all the stuff that came out of my mouth. It was just the passionate Portuguese me. I'm Portuguese. It's a passionate Portuguese me. Portuguese people were very hot-headed. We're very we are very passionate about our things, like what we do, and what, like, as you can tell from my collection, I'm very passionate about my collection, very passionate about my family. And when I got you should have gave the child a tissue, and we could have avoided all of this problem and everything like that. And after going through everything I went through, I felt like my parental skills were being attacked. I felt like as a parent, I think my mama bear, my mom, because listen, my kids call me Fami. Okay, that's my personal kids. My son, my daughters, they call me their Fami, their father, mommy, because when they were younger, it was my wife that was working during the day, and I was working at night. So I was at home cooking and cleaning and changing diapers and taking care of them. So they've always kind of called, and I don't take any offense to that. I take that as a compliment, that I was a man and I was able to take care of my children during the day while my wife worked during the day. And then at 10 o'clock at night, my butt, as tired as it was, got in that car and drove and worked the third shift all night and came back the next day and did it again. And sometimes I worked 7 days a week, and I did the same thing for 7 days a week. So I don't take offense to being called a Fami, okay? I think it's a kind of a funny name that my daughter made up, actually. I don't know. I don't think it's a real thing. But I think that's why I teach preschools, because I felt like in my life, that's all I was really good at. I was good at raising children. My kids threw tantrums too, but I never gave into a tantrum. And that's the whole thing. Is I don't give in to tantrums. It's almost like you know how the government says we don't give in to terrorists. You know, we don't accept terrorist attack. We don't negotiate with terrorists. That's what it is. And you watch these movies like we don't negotiate with terrorists. That's the way I feel about tantrums. If you reward the child with what the child is throwing the tantrum about, the child is just going to throw the tantrum again next time when the child wants the thing again. And at this point, after several tissues later, and having them literally on the table where the child could grab the tissue, I stopped and said, get one yourself. You go get it yourself. I just got you like 7. You go get it yourself. Ah! You go get it yourself. Ah! You go get it yourself. But finally, the child stepped up, grabbed the tissue, and got it themselves. So it shows that what I do does work. But did it take a process? Yes, it took a process. Did my owner watched me on the camera do that and wasn't very happy and wanted me to just give the child a tissue and avoid a conflict. Yes, I messed up, and then I come downstairs and diarrhea in the mouth, complaining and bad mouthing and bashing and smashing. And I'll tell you, I'm not that guy. I was put on this planet to build people up, not smash them down. I'm that it's hypocritical of me to teach children, to be better people so they don't grow up to be assholes, okay? And then come downstairs and smash somebody after I just got done telling children, hey, be nice to that one, be good to that one, treat that one how you would like to be treated, treat that one with respect. If you want love, you treat them with love, and then come downstairs and then just unload with double barrels with the mouth. It was bad, and I deserved. Matter of fact, I stood right there and I said, listen, suspend me. Write me up. Do what you got to do. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Listen. That's how crazy of a person I am. Okay. When you're looking at your boss and you're telling your boss, listen, I did something wrong. I'm being insubordinate. Write me up for insubordination. I screwed up. I'm screwing up right now. I got loud with you. I raised my voice at my boss. I'm wrong. Write me up. I suck. Okay. And yeah, I got my 2 days off, but I'm taking it as a positive thing because it was a morning of reflection. I have found that I went on the phone last night after all this happened, and I spoke to a counselor on the phone. There's a number for a counselor that you could find on Google. I should probably put it over here to help people like this, and you could talk to somebody. The key is don't tell them you're suicidal. don't tell them that, because they automatically send you over to the suicide hotline or whatever. Now, I'm saying that because I said that, but I'm just saying that they ask you that right away. How are you doing? Are you safe? Do you feel okay? And I know that they send you right over to the suicide hotline if you have a problem. But I'm not suicidal. I was just going through a depression situation where I didn't know what to do. So 4 hours I talked to this person, and they kind of summed it up for me like this. They said that your parental skills were being attacked, and you got on the defensive, and yeah, you said the things you didn't have to say, but you do have a passion and love for these children, so you got to kind of put that above your own feelings, and you're locking yourself away in your room and with all these movies surrounding you because you're depressed and you don't want to face the world, because when you leave the room, you got all these problems, and you think that you're safe where you are, and you found a safe spot in your life, and really what I'm doing is I'm just waiting to die. I'm sitting here waiting to die. I'm missing out on my granddaughter. I'm missing out on my children. I'm missing out on spending time with my wife. I'm missing out on 100 different things because I'm afraid to leave my room. I don't like to leave my room. Even when they're here, this is going to be a house full of people. It'll be Christmas Day, and I'll still find a way to come bury myself somewhere in this room and shut the door behind me, keeping everybody out. It's like that science song. Did you put up, what is it? Put up a fence to keep me in or to keep the other people out. Is that something like that? Was that the signs everywhere? Signs. That song, wait a minute. Is that what it is? Keep me in. Keep everybody. It's something like that. It's like, yeah. Am I keeping people in or am I keeping people out? And at this point, what I'm seeing is I'm keeping people out. I'm shutting people out of my life. So if you're doing that, you might want to reevaluate yourself, because that's what I did this morning. I went outside with a little bit of nature, looked up a little bit at the heavens, and I was like, you know what? I'm still here. I'm still alive. Still breathing. I'm not the healthiest person in the world. I didn't eat it all yesterday, too, so I burnt some calories by shaking like a leaf for hours. Talked to a wonderful person for 4 hours that was just wonderful. I will definitely call back, and if I have any more. I'm probably going to call back tonight, because listen, I'm still going through stuff. I need... Listen, sometimes we need counseling. We need to put up our hands and say, I give up. I need counseling. Unfortunately, nowadays with insurance and everything like that, it costs me $45 co-payment just to go see a counselor. I can't afford $45 a co-payment to go see a physical person and go talk to them about my problems. I can't afford it. And I will tell you that it's a lot easier to talk to somebody on the phone than it is to talk to somebody face-to-face about your problems like this. Like I went to counseling for years. So I was 12 years old. And I will tell you that I spent a lot of my time lying to the counselors. Now, at the time, I was paying a $20 co-payment, and this was back years ago. And I would go every single week, once a week, every Saturday morning. I get out of work and I go to this place every Saturday morning. It was actually kind of cool because it was in the bottom of an old fire station. It was almost like the Ghostbusters. It was cool. It was in the bottom of the fire station. I'd go talk to this woman, and I'd go every Saturday morning, $20 a week. Then after a while, she would be like, you know what? Don't worry about the co-payment. Don't worry about it. You know what? You've been coming here for a while. The insurance is gonna cover this much anyway. Don't worry about it. And then she started telling me stories about herself. And then after a while, I'm like, who's the counselor now? Am I the counselor now? I think we've kind of gone past my issue, and now we're working on your issues. And eventually, as a good counselor should, she pretty much said, you know what? I think you're all set, and you may go. Where some counselors would probably drag you along for years and years and years to get that money, get that money, get that money. This one said, you know what? I think you're all set. I think you're all set, and you're ready to go. So yeah, it was a tough day yesterday. Tough one. I had to eat a little humble pie. I had to humble myself. I had to humble myself. That's what I had to do. Sometimes we got to do that. Sometimes we got to realize that we were in the wrong, and we have to evaluate ourselves and our actions, and we have to make some changes. But the one thing I'm not going to change is buying this physical media stuff, because that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's open up some stuff. Let's open some stuff. Let's tell some stories about some movies, because I know that's what you came for. Hey, listen, hit the like button right now. This second to help my algorithm up. I need to make some money. Okay, I just lost 2 days pay. Hit the subscribe button. I need to make some money. I just lost 2 days pay. And ring that bell. Ding, 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 ding. Ring the damn bell. Okay, that bell thing. Listen, it's all down here on the bottom of your screen. You got plenty of time to do it. Okay, if you've been watching this channel for a while, or if you haven't been watching this channel for a while, I'm here every Tuesday, DVD. So I call it Blu-ray DVD Tuesday. Friday, which is physical media Friday, which is CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, whatever comes in on a Friday. And then every Saturday, which is whatever. It could be a story, it could be a toy, it could be a whatever came in, it could be just me talking about whatever. So if you can ring that bell, hit that subscribe, pound something, hit something, click something, do something, okay? Do something with your life. Do something, hit a button. I'd appreciate it. Anyway. First package I have here is from Alud Rodriguez from Carlton Vay. Vay? What's Vay? I don't know what Vay is. VA. Is that Virginia? Virginia? One of these days I'm gonna get myself a map or something, and I'm gonna find out where these people really come from. Because I don't want to just write out like where you're from, like. From, let's say, like for instance, why don't you just say from Carlton, Virginia? Why can't it say like from Florida? Or it's always gonna have like a FL, or I was gonna abbreviate things. I don't get that stuff. Maybe I abbreviate stuff when I send stuff too. First thing I got here is a Blu-ray copy in digital of the collector's edition of Lisa Frankenstein. I ordered this because I saw a preview of it, and it looked like it was good. Of course, I'd never seen it. This is a newer release. I believe this was released, I want to say about a month ago-ish, or a month and a half ago-ish, or something like that. And I didn't want to pay the Walmart price. That's how that worked, and I just waited. and eventually, now these things are on eBay. You can get them for like $12, $10, $9, $8. You get them used, you might even get them. You might even be able to get one for $7. I believe I paid $12 for this only because it's new, sealed. And if it is new sealed, as the person told me, I'm gonna give you the digital right now, just for listen, because you know what, when you give good, you get good, okay? And by giving away my digital codes and stuff like that, I can only hope that somebody out there will hit that subscribe button if you haven't seen here before, and be like, hey, look, this guy gives away digital codes, and eventually he's gonna be doing a Blu-ray DVD giveaways, once he starts making some cash. But let me see here. Wait, we go around the thing up top there. Why was I having problems opening it? Yep, it's just a Blu-ray and the digital code. So the digital code for Lisa Frankenstein, starring Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse. Oh, Cole Sprouse. My daughter will be excited about that. I believe he was one of the twins from wow. I can't remember the TV show. My daughter used to watch this Disney TV show all the time with the Sprouse brothers. I think it was Cole and something Sprouse or whatever. Anyway. Digital code for Lisa Frankenstein. Let me get up here for you. Yep, only try again one time, and I didn't rock enough. Okay, here we go. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you got that digital code, please just do me a favor and hit somewhere in the comments, I got the code. Thank you for the code. I appreciate the code. Just so other people, there's only one code, first come, first serve. So yeah, that's why you got to ring the bell. You ring the bell, and that way you get notified. You be like, yeah, hey, that guy's posted again, and he might be giving a free copy of something that we might be able to watch. And today happens to be Lisa Frankenstein. Now there might be other ones. We're gonna find out right now. Next one I have here is from secondsale.com. Secondsale.com from Montgomery, Illinois. That's good. That one I know. I think I got that one right. That one I think I'm correct. And I only got that one from the Blues Brothers. And they gave me a, what did they give me here? What is this thing here? What is this? I got a little pass. I don't even know why they put this in here. What the heck is this? Oh, it's a DoorDash 50% off thing there. I'll put that aside for one of my DoorDash kids. I don't DoorDash. I don't believe in it. I think that's the root of all laziness. Plus, you pay a whole ton of money. What else is in here? Oh, Harry's should an 8-pack blade really cost $40? What the? Listen, I don't need no damn shaver. I don't know what they maybe I do. I forgot. Maybe I do. Oh, what happened there? What I have here is a copy. A DVD. Yes, it's a DVD. No digital code here, my friends. Of this is kind of cool. Of Al Pacino and this is tough to say. And Justice for All. Yes, and Justice for All. Reason why I purchased this, I was watching Kramer versus Kramer a while back, and some reason I put Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, and Jack Nicholson in the same genre of actors. And for some reason in my head, while I'm watching Kramer versus Kramer, I started thinking of the "you're out of order, she's out of order, the whole damn place is out of order." That scene, I guess, from this movie. I've never seen the movie, but I do love me some old school Al Pacino. I got to tell you that Dog Day Afternoon being probably one of my favorite Al Pacino films. I just think he blew it away in that. And then, of course, Scarface. I mean, we got to say Scarface was great. The only thing about Scarface is that you got to invest your time in some Scarface. You got to invest 3 hours of your time in some Scarface, where Dog Day Afternoon, you don't have to invest that much time. What a great movie. This is available on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray was $199. Only one available on eBay, and I'm like, no way. Number one, if the movie's that good, it's going to get a different kind of Blu-ray love, okay? So somebody else, a Vinegar Syndrome or a Vinegar or an Arrow, or somebody eventually is going to give this some Blu-ray or 4K love down the road, because it is a classic. I know it's a classic movie because people quote it all the time. That's like a big deal. But I've never seen it before. And I was like, you know what? I want to see it. I'll buy the DVD. The DVD's like $3 on eBay. So I'm like, I'll spend the $3 as opposed to $199, because what if I don't like the movie? What if I don't like it? And then I just invested $199 plus shipping and tax or whatever on a movie that I really don't care. Plus, I would not spend $199. There was only one available. I would not spend $199 on a Blu-ray of something that I've never seen before. And in fact, actually, I'm at a point in my life where I would not spend $199 on one single Blu-ray that's out of print at all. Okay, that's just crazy flipper trying to kill you prices, and I'm not gonna feed into their little feeding frenzy, because that's what they are. They're like little piranhas. They just want to chew you all up and take all your money. Hell no. So I will watch the DVD. But what I thought was cool about this when I opened it up is it has I haven't seen these for years. It's thank you for your purchase DVD, Al Pacino 88, and it gives you. I got a movie pass to go see 88 minutes movie cash. I remember these. You remember these? Remember we used to get these in the DVD. I went to go see I want to say it was Hook or something like that from a DVD, and it had the movie pass in it, and I was like, wow, it's up to $10, and this is where I wonder if I could take this to the movie theater right now and say, listen, can I get my $10 worth for 88 minutes? I don't even know what the hell 88 minutes is. It's an Al Pacino movie. Wow, I never even heard of it. It came out April 18, 2008, and I've never even heard of it. Hey, comment below if you've ever heard of 88 Minutes. I've never heard of 88 Minutes. And I'm an Al Pacino fan, and I've never heard of it. I don't own it. I've never even heard of it. I don't have it on any format whatsoever. But that's that. All right, next. All right, we got an Amazon. Amazon's got the pull tab. Amazon, pull tab. What's it say here? All right. Couldn't wait to meet you. Prime. I don't have Prime. I don't pay that Prime price. I don't need that Prime service. We got 2 things in here, and both Blu-rays, I believe. Okay, first one is the complete season 1 of Wednesday. Yep, I'm finally gonna get to see Netflix's Wednesday, because I am a stubborn son of a gun who will not stream anything, and my daughter watched the whole thing, streamed it, and I believe my other daughter watched the whole thing, streamed it. I've seen numerous videos about it, and I was like, this looks pretty damn good. But am I going to stream it? Hell no, I'm not going to stream it. I'm going to wait for the Blu-ray to come out. And thank you, Netflix, for not being so selfish like Disney. And like Netflix is a little selfish too, because I want all those Adam Sandler Netflix movies. That's what I want to come out next. All of those Adam Sandler Netflix movies. I am an Adam Sandler movie collector, and I cannot complete my collection because Adam Sandler signed a contract with Netflix, and all of his movies come on Netflix now. So the only way you can get a Netflix Adam Sandler movie is to get it on bootleg from like Stinky Tunas or something like that. You know, one of these crazy websites or whatever that are like selling these underground Blu-rays. Not doing that. I'm not buying a bootleg with the thought in my head that eventually I might be able to get the real deal. So yeah, Wednesday, complete season 1. So I'm assuming there'll be a season 2 because I heard it was a big hit. The next one is a movie that I do enjoy. I did enjoy. I do love. I do own on Blu-ray. This was an upgrade because it's from the Criterion Collection, which was not purchased at the Barnes & Noble. No, I can't afford those crazy Barnes & Noble prices, that $50 and you pay half off, or $60 and you pay half off, or $80 you pay half off. No, I know what the tricks you're playing with me, Barnes & Noble, okay? Really? The things you're selling are like worth $20, okay? And you're mocking up to 40 to make everybody feel like they got a deal, okay? And they're not really getting a deal. They're getting exactly what the thing is worth. And what I got was the Criterion Blu-ray special edition of To Die For, starring Nicole Kidman. Also starring Joaquin Phoenix, which is, I gotta tell you, is probably one of my top 10 favorite actors. I love me some Joaquin Phoenix. Joker movie is like one of the best movies of all time. I think in my head, I just related with that Joker movie. I don't know about this Joker 2 stuff or whatever. That you know, I don't know. I'm kind of avoiding that. They're saying it's a musical. I'm confused. Joker 1 though, beautiful movie, beautifully shot, beautiful looking, acting. Joaquin Phoenix is an awesome actor. He's just an awesome actor. I mean, think about all the great Parenthood. He was amazing in Gladiator. He was amazing in. He's just an awesome actor. To Die For, he was great in too. He was a younger Joaquin Phoenix, and it's all about this teacher. Is she a teacher or she a no? She's a teacher or a weather. Wow, I'm drawing a complete, not a complete blank, a little blank, but it's almost like one of those things where she seduces the younger guy in order to have her, I think it's her boyfriend killed or one of those things like that, and then they both go up on trial and that kind of situation. And Criterion has given us a not really a boatload of extras on this one, actually. A new 4K digital restoration approved by director Gus Van Sant. 5.1 digital sound. Where's the extras here? Wait a minute, what's going on here? Commentary featuring Van Sant. I don't care about commentaries. And deleted scene. You get deleted scenes, and that's it. Wow. Plus an essay by the film critic Jessica Kane. You know, you're not getting a lot of extras in here. That's kind of a letdown. What's going on, Criterion? Where's the interview with Nicole Kidman? Where's the interview with Joaquin Phoenix? Where's the making ofs? Where's all that stuff? There's nothing here. All I got is some Dolby Atmos and some 4K digital transfer. I'm not getting any extras. I want the extras. There's not even a deleted scenes. I don't care about that. I got the deleted scenes on the other Blu-ray. Yeah, trailer, English subtitles. Oh, subtitles, yay. Wow. A little bit of a letdown. Hopefully the picture quality is good. That's all I got to say about that one. One more. Got one more here. Also from the Amazon. Stuck to my hand. 2 in here. I got a CD in here. I'm going to do the CD, get that out of the way so you guys will be like, okay. Got the CD out of the way. This is Linkin Park's Paper Cuts, which looks like... Okay, I ordered this because I'm a huge Linkin Park fan. I've seen Linkin Park live, thank God, before the passing of Chester. And I love Linkin Park. That last album that they came out with was a masterpiece. A lot of people did not really care for the last album that they released, But the last album they released, I thought was probably one of the best albums they released. It had so many relatable songs to me. I don't know. I was just, maybe the people that buy these albums are not really listening to the lyrics. I think you need to listen to the lyrics a little bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every Linkin Park's album was good. Every one. I can't complain about one Linkin Park album, but the last one is a little special, near dear to my heart. I think it has to do with the fact that when Chester committed suicide, the album wasn't that big. But then all of a sudden, when he passed, people started buying the album. And I think that right there is when people started realizing that there's a lot of songs in there that kind of have the subliminal cry for help going on in there. You know, you knew the guy had issues, very relatable issues that I could relate with, and probably a lot of other people in this world could relate with. And it was just very sad of his passing, and it really kind of messed me up a little bit because it showed me that, you know, life is tough sometimes, man. You got to brush things off. Like this little thing that I just went through, I just got to brush it off, and I got to move on with my life, and I got to try to be better. I got to try to do better. You know what I mean? There's no use you going to try to do something to hurt yourself when the next day the sun's going to come up again and you got another chance to try to make it better. There's my inspirational thing for you for today. And this is actually the singles collection 2000 to 2023. I gotta admit, let me see. We got producer. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new on here because I'm looking at Crawling, Numb, Paper Cut, Breaking Habits, In the End, Bleed It Out, Somewhere I Belong. Yeah, I'm looking another. Is it another Numb? Oh, Numb Encore was the first one, which I think Numb Encore is actually the one that he did with Jay-Z. Yeah, this is a greatest hits album. It's a singles collection. I'm a completist. It's going in the collection. It completes my collection as of right now. And the last thing I got to show you is a weird purchase. Okay, well, I own this already on the special Arrow. Is this Arrow, right? I'm gonna be stupid. Yeah, I'm looking at the bottom. The Super Deluxe Arrow Blu-ray pack. You know, they got the big cardboard boxes, and it comes with the book, and it comes with the lobby cards, and it comes with the Blu-ray, and it comes with a bonus disc, and it might even come with the DVD. Yeah, Arrow does a fantastic job on giving you everything you want, plus a ton of bonus features. But then I started realizing that I'm like, you know what? I got the Blu-ray, and now the 4K is like going for phenomenal prices, but it's the 4K in the box set. And I always pass up the 4K box sets. I always buy just the Blu-ray box sets. I'm like, you know what? I don't need the 4K. I could always buy the 4K later on and put it on the side of the Blu-ray box set, and because it's the same box set. Arrow puts out the same box set for the 4K as the Blu-ray, except the only thing that's different is on the back of the box it says 4K, and the back of the box of the Blu-ray says Blu-ray. But you always know that the special features are always the same, and everything's always equal. And what I bought here was RoboCop on 4K Ultra HD, and all that's in here is just the 4K. You're probably saying, hey, Mr. Blu-ray guy, I don't support 4K, I really don't care. Why'd you buy RoboCop on 4K? It's RoboCop, my friends. Okay, come on. There's nothing else I gotta say about that. I have so many fond memories of trying to get into RoboCop. I was just a youngin' when RoboCop came out, and RoboCop was the first movie. What's it say? Oh, it actually says not rated over here. Was the first movie in my hometown that was actually banning children from getting tickets. You could not get a ticket. You couldn't even get a ticket if you were there with your mother or father. You know, at the time when it was like, if you saw a rated R movie, if you were accompanied by an adult, you can go see that rated R movie. Well, they would straight out saying no. You could, at my hometown, they were like, you cannot get in to the movie even with a parent. What they would pretty much tell the parents is, your judgment sucks. This movie is way too grotesque and horrifying for you to take your youngin', and we ain't letting you in. Well, my father, being the super parent that he is, or was, or whatever, yeah, he told me, hey, go stand on the side, go stand on the side around the corner, and I'm gonna buy 2 tickets, and then we're gonna go in. And that's exactly what happened. We went in with a group of people. He just handed all the tickets over, which was the 2 tickets plus a bunch of other people there. They didn't notice that I was standing. He's like, stand behind me. Stand behind me. And I stood behind him, and we got in, and I got to see me some RoboCop in the movie theater for the first time. And all I gotta say is masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. Peter Weller is the king in this movie. RoboCop is probably one of the best science fiction movies I've probably ever seen, next to Aliens. I mean, that's the one that's popping in my head with RoboCop, is like an Aliens or something like that. But I've never seen its equal. I've never seen its equal. I will tell you, a lot of people are haters of RoboCop 2 and they're haters of RoboCop 3. I actually enjoyed RoboCop 2 just as much, maybe even a tinge more than RoboCop 1. Not that, listen, RoboCop 1 is a masterpiece, but the villain in RoboCop 2 was awesome. He was just awesome. I mean, the whole fact that he was a drug addict and they took the brain and the cerebral cortex of this mass murderer, killer, cop killer, and they put it in a body of a police, supposed to be a policeman, robotic policeman or whatever, and then the guy's hooked on the drugs still, and he's going out, he's killing. Masterpiece. Great movie. I'm sorry, but, and even part 3. Okay, now granted, we got Peter Weller's missing. Okay, he's out of the picture. It's no longer. But the guy that played the RoboCop character in part 3 was very tolerable. You know, sometimes you got to hit or miss, but he was very tolerable, and I thought the story was pretty good too. It's definitely, RoboCop 3 is definitely one of my Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon type movies. Where RoboCop and RoboCop 2 is a at night movie. It's a turn the lights down and let's watch RoboCop 1 or 2. You know, where RoboCop 3 is kind of like I believe I think RoboCop 3 might even be rated PG. So we went from a far stretch from unrated NC-17 to rated R to PG, you know, or PG-13, or, you know, hey, everybody come see some RoboCop. Hey, he's gonna be shooting everybody up, you know. Come see it, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I still enjoy it. So the ones I did not care for was the TV series, and they had this big long line of like these independent. Well, I don't know if it was independent, but it was like made for TV movies of RoboCop. Those I'm still battling through them. I got them all. I'm still battling through them. I can't make it through them. I can't. I fall asleep. The guy that played him was old. He was no offense to the guy that played him, but when he took his mask off, I'm like, wow, this is like old RoboCop. He don't even look like RoboCop. He scared me more than when Peter Weller took his mask off. I'm like, oh, at least when he took his mask, I'm like, that's still Peter Weller. What a great job. What a great makeup effect. I'll tell you right now, that whole thing with the neck and the back of the head. And listen, I love practical effects. Okay, I will always be a practical effects guy. I'll never be a CGI guy. Never. What they do to things in CGI land, like they did to my poor Yoda, making him fly through the air in part 1 or part 2 or whatever the heck, whatever Disney did to my poor Yoda. And then when they took E.T. back, remember when that was a big thing? They put E.T. back in the theater, but they took all the guns away and gave all the guys flashlights, and then they threw all these extra scenes of a CGI E.T. and now E.T. just looked dopey. It just kind of blew it for me. I'm like, I still have the original, so I'm like, okay, I got the original. But I did buy, of course, the newer version of it, because that's all you can buy. But I'm like, thank God I kept the original one, because why would the cops be running around, whoever these guys are, not the cops, but the people that look around, the scientists. Why would the scientists just be running around with just flashlights? You know, why wouldn't some of them have some guns? I mean, you literally saw an alien ship land down on a thing. You might want to be carrying something just in case they're hostile. You know what I mean? So when whatever company is took all the weapons away, and then next thing you know, they all got flashlights, and then you got the two scenes. I think there's one with E.T. in the tub it's useless. So, you know, why leave well enough alone? Sometimes we just got to leave well enough alone and make things just last. I mean, E.T. was perfect the way it was. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you each and every day. If you have not subscribed yet to this channel, please do so. If you have not hit the like button yet, please do so. If you have not rang the bell, if you have not shared with a friend or a wife or a cousin or a brother or an uncle, say, hey, there's this guy, and he opens up things and he tells stories about his life. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're depressing, sometimes they're angry, sometimes they're confusing, sometimes he's just annoying, but he's there every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday like clockwork, and whenever anything huge happens. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'll see you later.
You should have saved me some.